In the modern whirlwind of digital connectivity, where thousands of voices clamor for attention, it is common to feel like a small boat adrift in a vast ocean, yearning for a meaningful anchor in the hearts and minds of others. This disheartening sense of being undervalued often stems from a pervasive imbalance, holding others in higher regard than they hold us. To transform this dynamic, the sources suggest a shift from seeking external validation to cultivating profound internal worth through the lens of Stoicism and classical philosophy. 1. The foundation, internal locus of control. The first step toward being valued by others is recognizing that true worth arises from within, not from external whims or perceptions. Marcus Aurelius famously observed that while we cannot control outside events, we have absolute power over our own minds, realizing this is the ultimate source of strength. Self-perception. Your value is measured by the value you place on yourself. If you do not respect yourself, it is impossible to expect respect from others. The dichotomy of control. Epictetus taught that we must focus exclusively on what is within our power, our attitudes, actions, and responses, while letting go of how others perceive us. This detachment is not coldness. It is a liberating empowerment that fosters a self-worth independent of public opinion. Purposeful direction. As Seneca noted, if a man does not know to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Understanding your own goals and values is the prerequisite for being valued appropriately by the world. 2. The solution. Authentic presence and virtue. Stoicism emphasizes that we should not waste time arguing about what a good person should be. We should simply be one. Authenticity is the magnet that attracts high-value relationships. Authentic living. According to the sources, the privilege of a lifetime is becoming who you truly are. By living in accordance with your nature and virtues, you foster sincere interactions rather than superficial tactics. Flourishing through eudaimonia. Aristotle's concept of eudaimonia suggests that a life well lived is achieved through virtuous activities. In relationships, this translates to interactions that are mutually enriching, honest, and respectful. The chemical reaction of personality. Carl Jung observed that the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is a reaction, both are transformed. To be valued, you must engage as a whole, self-aware individual capable of these profound connections. 3. The strategy of presence and availability. A core Stoic practical action for increasing your worth involves the judicious management of your presence. The power of absence. Seneca advised that we should be selective with our time and company. By occasionally withdrawing your presence, you allow others to appreciate your value more fully. This is not a game of being elusive. It is an assertion of freedom from the need for constant social validation. Time as a controlled resource. Marcus Aurelius highlighted that time is one of the few things truly under our control. By managing your availability, you signal to others that your time is precious, which naturally increases your worth in their eyes. The golden mean. Both Aristotle and Jung support finding a balance, a golden mean, between being overly available and completely inaccessible. Respecting your own boundaries teaches others to do the same. 4. Developing the inner fortress, patience and mastery. Patience is elevated to an art form in Stoic thought, acting as an inner fortress that protects your peace from external turmoil. Conscious resistance. Seneca viewed patience as a deliberate choice to pause and reflect rather than reacting impulsively to the rushing tides of life. This self-mastery exudes a level of confidence and stability that naturally draws others to you. Stability in chaos. In a fast-paced world, maintaining composure makes you more attractive to others. People are drawn to the calmness and resilience that Stoic patience provides. Self-mastery as freedom. As Epictetus asserted, no man is free who is not master of himself. Becoming a master of your own emotions and impulses is a vital component of a high-value personality. 5. Self-prioritization and wise time management. Prioritizing your own needs is not an act of selfishness. It is a necessary step toward being respected. The virtue of no. When you learn to say no, you communicate that your energy is a limited resource that deserves respect. Failing to prioritize yourself often leads to what Seneca described as a wasted life. Not because life is short, but because we are wasteful with it. Investing time wisely. Seneca urged us to be selective with whom we spend our time, as time is a resource that can never be regained. Investing time in personal growth and self-reflection, what Plato called the examined life, fulfills our true nature and increases our capacity for excellence. Independence and growth. Seneca advised associating with people who are likely to improve you. Avoid needy dynamics where your self-worth depends on others. Instead, seek relationships that encourage mutual growth. Conclusion: the path of autonomy. The journey to being more valued ends where it began, with personal autonomy. True freedom is found in how we manage our internal states and perceptions. As you strive to be a master of your own life, guided by your own virtues rather than the opinions of others, you become a beacon in the sea of relationships, valued, cherished, and anchored in your own self-mastery.